Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name is Michael Ruiz-Leon, and I'm part of the Florist Senior Design team here at Utah State University for students studying civil and environmental engineering. As Devin, Braden, and Turkey already mentioned, our project was to design a trail that would connect people of Brigham City to the Mayor's Pond and Creek that's currently not being able to be completely accessed because there's breaks in the riverbed. And so our project would be to design a trail with two pedestrian bridges for people to use to get closer to nature or to just walk around. And so the Brigham City's Trails Committee kind of tasked us with designing what the trail would look like as well as the two pedestrian bridges. And so for the trail, they had a couple requirements. They wanted it to be accessible by people who are walking and biking, as well as accessible to vehicle maintenance vehicles. So we had to keep both of these things in mind. And then they also wanted a width of 8 feet throughout the trail, and then they wanted 1 foot widths on both sides of the trail, so uphill and downhill tread widths. And so we used that and kept that in mind as the requirements designing the trail. But we also looking at the National Park Service's examples of their trail construction guidelines, as well as previous projects they've done. And we consulted our external PE from Ogden City, which was extremely helpful in kind of telling us what we needed to look for and do in a more Utah space of what designing a trail that would be accommodated, would also accommodate cars would look like. And so with both these things in mind, you can see at the cross section on the poster of what a typical cross section for the trail would look like. We would start with a Utah State spec road base, which would help the soil not erode as quickly. And so this would be great for a couple of things. One, it would be able to accommodate vehicles. UDOT uses this for their roads, and so we would use that too because we would have vehicles going through the trail. And another thing is we followed this tread width is of 8 feet as kind of told to us by Brigham City, and then we had a pavement finish of asphalt. And so these things kind of come together what our trail would look like with a current outslope of 6 to 1, so prevent when it rains for ponding not to really occur, and so it constantly go out. And so as Devin mentioned, one of the big problems was kind of the vegetation, but something that wasn't really a problem is the existing trail right now, where it's not the river, is pretty flat. And so in terms of a construction standpoint, we didn't really have too much of a problem looking at, yeah, we could probably make a lot of this constructible and affordable by just using state spec road base and then paving it off. There isn't a lot of cut and fill that needs to happen, so that was great for us. And so that's kind of what our trail design looked like. And so we created something that was following the guidelines of Brigham City, but was also using National Park Service guidelines as well as more Utah UDOT specific for vehicles guidelines and materials to create something I think is really special. And Spencer will talk more about the bridge design that went with it, but thanks for everyone for tuning in.